All right, let's get into one of those huge, kind of crazy questions that you just can't help but wonder about. We're going to explore what happens when you combine all of humanity with a little bit of physics.
So here it is. What if every single person on Earth, all 7, 8 billion of us, jumped at the exact same moment? A global countdown. 3, 2, 1, jump. Would the planet even notice? Would it trigger earthquakes? Knock us out of orbit? Let's figure this out. So to answer this, we've got to start with a really fundamental idea about how our planet works. And it all comes down to spin.
Okay, you've seen this, right? An ice skater is spinning, they pull their arms in, and bam, they spin way faster. That's a law of physics called the conservation of angular momentum. Well, the Earth is no different. When you move a bunch of mass closer to its center of rotation, the whole planet actually spins faster. The day literally gets shorter.
And this is not just a theory. It really happens. A few years back, that huge earthquake in Japan shifted so much of the Earth's crust that it permanently shortened every single day by 1.8 microseconds. Now that's a tiny, tiny amount, but it's a real measurable change. Mass moved and the Earth sped up.
All right, so we know moving mass matters. Now for the next step in our experiment, we need to get everyone together in one place. All of us. What does that even look like? The number 7 or 8 billion people, it just sounds impossibly big. But the reality is, well, it's pretty shocking.
That's right. You could take every single man, woman, and child on the planet, have them stand shoulder to shoulder, and they would all fit inside the city limits of LA. The entire human race, all in one spot. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, isn't it? Okay, so picture it. We're all there, crammed into Los Angeles. The global countdown finishes. We all bend our knees, and at the exact same microsecond, we leap into the air. What is the immediate effect on planet Earth?
The results is pretty much nothing. I mean, as we all push off the ground, the Earth does move away from us, but it only moves by 1/100th of the width of a single hydrogen atom, a movement so small, it's almost meaningless. And as you see here, any tiny effect is immediately canceled out. We go up, the Earth moves an infinitesimal amount away from us. We come back down thanks to gravity, and the Earth moves right back to where it was. We can't actually change the Earth's orbit this way. But wait, what about the landing? Surely billions of people hitting the ground at once would cause a massive tremor, right? Well, the BBC actually tested this. They got 50,000 people to jump at once, and about a mile away, it only registered a 0.6 on the Richter scale. You'd barely even feel it. Now, our jump does release a ton of energy. If you took just the population of China and had them jump together, the energy released when they land would be like setting off 500 tons of TNT. That sounds huge, but for a planet that weighs almost 6 sextillion tons, it's like a single mosquito landing on a battleship. The planet just doesn't notice. So, our grand experiment to shake the world kind of fizzled out. The physical impact is surprisingly small. And maybe that's because we're thinking about big numbers in the wrong way. Let's shift gears from the scale of physics to the scale of people. Have you ever heard of Dunbar's number? It's this fascinating idea that our brains are really only wired to maintain stable, meaningful social relationships with about 150 people, maybe 230 at the absolute max. These are the people you truly know. You know their stories. You know who they're connected to. That's your tribe. So let's apply that to something we all get, YouTube views. The moment a video gets more than about 230 views, you've reached more people than you can ever truly know. And what about 100,000 views? That's more people than you will ever physically meet in your entire life. It really puts those big numbers into a human perspective, doesn't it? So the big global jump didn't really move the world. But here's the incredible twist. You don't need 8 billion people. It turns out you move the Earth all by yourself, every single day.
And it's all because of this guy, Isaac Newton, and its third law of motion. It's one of the most fundamental rules of the universe, and it applies to you and this entire planet right now. So here's how it works. Let's say you weigh 150 pounds. That feeling of weight is just the force of Earth's gravity pulling you down. But here's the part we forget. At that exact same moment, your body is pulling the entire planet Earth up towards you with an equal force of 150 pounds. It's a two-way street. And this is where it gets totally mind-bending. Every single time you move the world. If you jump off a 3-meter diving board, during your fall, you have physically pulled the entire planet Earth up towards you by about a billionth of the width of a proton.
It is an unbelievably, ridiculously small amount, but it is real. It is happening. You are always, always moving the planet.
So forget the global jump. Every step you take, every move you make, you are exerting a real force on the world. You have that power. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?